Hi everyone, and welcome to Two Player Quest. Today we'll be reviewing Eclipse, Second Dawn for the Galaxy. In Eclipse, you'll be exploring the galaxy, researching new technologies, and building and designing your own ships to wage war against others. It is the epitome of a 4X game. Let me tell you something more about it. Eclipse is a 2 to 6 player game, which plays between about an hour and 3 hours. Complexity-wise, it's on a 3.64 on Board Game Geek, meaning it is quite a complex game. And when it comes to luck, it's not that luck-based. The only luck you can have is on the dice rolls, but this can be mitigated with technologies to increase your chance of hitting your opponent and decrease theirs of hitting you. In your turn, in Eclipse, you will take all of the following 6 actions, which are shown here. Once you've taken that action, it is the next player's turn. You keep going until everyone has passed. The first player to pass gains the starting player token, which gives them 2 gold and the ability to start in the next round. The 6 actions are Explore, in which you explore an adjacent tile to your current system. Research, in which you research one of the technologies that is currently available in the technology display, and you pay for its cost using your technology points. Upgrades, you upgrade your ship with one of the upgrades that is available to you. There are 5 upgrades available without having played a technology first. Then you can build, you pay production to pay for the cost of your ships. The cost can be seen at the top of your sheets. You have movements, which allows you to move around the map. You can move up to 3 times. This can be with the same ship or with different ships. And then you have influence, which allows you to move 2 of your influence tiles, either to the board or from the board. And it allows you to turn around 2 of your colony tiles, so you can place more colonies in one turn. That is the action phase. Once the action phase is done, you will go up to the combat phase, in which you work outwards, inwards, and you do the combats that are available between the players or the NPCs. If you win a combat, or if you participate in a combat, you will earn combat points, which are in this bag, which I've drawn secretively. And then you get the upkeep phase, in which you will gain your production, but you will also have to pay for the upkeep that you have done in that round. Then the technology display is refreshed, or better said, stuff is added to it, and then it is the start of the next round. In total, there are 8 rounds in Eclipse, and in the end, the player with the most victory points wins. Eclipse is quite a simple game to teach. I would say give it 10 to 15 minutes. The basic actions are quite easy to learn. You have 6 actions that you can do. You can do them X amount of time depending on how much money you have or want to spend. And that's it for the normal game rounds. Then combats is slightly different, but it's still very easy to learn. So you can get going quite quickly. I'm going to start off with who I don't believe this game should be for, and that is people with analysis paralysis, because that will be prevalent in this game. There are a lot of technologies, there are a lot of options, and if you're going to overanalyze everything, this might not be the game for you. In this game, it is very normal to get in each other's way. Well, not normal, but it certainly does happen, to take technologies that somebody else might have wanted. So if you want to make a plan and stick to the plan, that also definitely won't happen in this game. But I do believe this game is very good for people who, like me at the start, are quite afraid of attacking people. So I always felt it was sort of mean to attack fellow players in these kinds of war games, and this game has really helped me get over it, which is a very useful skill in life, because you will not only be attacking other players, you will be attacking also the NPCs, but definitely the players. And if you like building up your army, designing your own ship, which I always find very funny, And in the last round, possibly two, big space combats, this is the game for you. You'll be building up and then just attacking your foes. Eclipse has been in our cupboard for quite some time, and it is one of the games we certainly still enjoy playing. One of the main things we enjoy is the variety of this game, the options you have. You have a lot of different races. There's even some fan-made races that you can download and print online. We have some of those in our boxes, and we enjoy exploring the different races and all the things that they can do. There's variety in when you choose to attack your fellow players. You can start the game off by attacking the NPCs and then in the later few rounds attack the other players, or you could basically try to go for the other players as soon as possible. And that variety really gives us a sort of kick from that we like. Other than that, there's also variety in the build you make. So do you want to have tons of small ships that do little damage, or do you want one or two big ships that do a lot of damage? And how those interact with each other is also something we find interesting. Another positive is the box and the packaging, as I'm going to call it. Every player gets a player box, which has everything in it that they need to start playing the game. So setup is very easy. And when it comes to the box, it has a list and a picture of how it should all be packed back into the box, and that is something we like about a game when it has good organisation. Eclipse with more people is a lot of fun. They've added a few little mechanics to help you along with more people. You have alliances, which will help both players in the alliance with more production. But then you also have a traitor token, which is negative points at the end of the game. But as soon as you step out of an alliance, or basically attack the other player in your alliance, you become a traitor, which comes with its own downside. But it does make for interesting interactions between players. Plus, when you have more players on the board, they also have a lot more different builds and designs in their ships. So you can decide who you want to attack based on who your ship would be best to fight. So you have more opportunities to be able to defeat players rather than specifically only catering your ships to one person. You have to cater them to all the other people, which is a puzzle in and of itself, which we very much enjoy. And that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching our review of Eclipse Second Dawn to the Galaxy. If you have any comments, feedback or suggestion, put them in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you next time on 2 Player Quest.